So, thanks for joining us for episode 21.
If it's your first time, welcome, and if you're a returning listener, welcome back.
And
we skipped that part now.
I know, I did it.
I was waiting for it too, but you had just deleted it, so I was like,
awkward pause because we're like, there should be more.
There usually is. Well, welcome to season 2 of Tiny Morbid Fantasies.
We did it.
We did it. Oh, that break was nice.
It was. I needed it.
Oh yeah. So this season we agreed that we're going to be focusing on stories that are written more from writing prompts. And so each story will be...
Nope, you're fine. Keep going. Okay. Sorry.
So there will be 2 stories per prompt, but each of the stories will be their own episode.
I like it.
Yeah.
It'll showcase the stories.
Yeah.
More. That's why we switched to single story episodes.
It's so much. I mean, we're full-time working adults who have a lot going on. So this just seemed more feasible and reasonable.
Yeah, it's easier for us, but we can still do better quality content because we're spending less time on trying to write a story.
Yeah.
And less time editing, basically. The editing process and trying to do all that. I wanted to do more on that end, but it was too time consuming. Not time consuming, but it was just too much on one side. There wasn't enough balance. So this is going to give it more balance. So yeah, we say so a lot, especially me. And we were excited to present this new format and hope you guys enjoy this season. And then for this episode, this is kind of like our little intro episode, but as a little treat, we've written some Tiny Morbid stories to share with you.
Yeah.
I think you should go... I was going to say I think you should go first because you wrote your story first.
Okay.
And, our writing prompt... you wrote this story out of nowhere. We were just having a production meeting, and she wrote this really quick story. Oh, yeah, we should just do, tiny little stories like this. I was like, I can't write tiny stories.
It's hard.
It's like a paragraph. I think your story was maybe 4 sentences, and I was like,
yes.
I don't know how to do this, really. But
it's
I tried.
A challenge.
And then so I took a piece of your story and turned that into a writing prompt.
Well, see, and that's the beauty of the writing prompts, too, because the reason why we did it is that we don't think of the same stories, ever.
For the same prompt.
Not even for the same
Not
prompt.
even close.
I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but there are definitely a few where I'm like, this seems like a solid one-off idea, and you're like, oh, I didn't even think of that at all. This is where I was going. And I think that's why it's exciting, because we can present to you 2 very different stories based on one tiny little writing prompt. And honestly, I'm really excited about that. I don't think it's going to be boring, and I think it's going to be so interwoven into the stories that you won't even really notice that. I mean, you'll probably notice we're telling you it's a prompt. But, I'm excited.
But I like the idea of it also because it showcases our story writing styles.
And our personalities.
A little bit more. Yeah.
We're really dark.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
but I know you can just listen to our stories and kind of get a feel for the way we write, but I think this is a side-by-side comparison of, well, this is how Sophia's mind works, and this is how Andrea's mind works a little bit, and that'll be really on the forefront.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll really be able to taste it. I have some nasty ideas.
Yes, you do. And you always bring them out randomly.
For the most innocent prompt. So.
Moist.
Oh boy.
So I do apologize. I do realize that.
This.
Oh, you're fine. You can still pretend.
Pretend sips from my cup.
Well, I saw the way you were holding it, and I was like, "There's nothing in there."
I'm done. What do I do with my hands now?
I don't know. I was just gonna address the camera and be like, "So we are gonna be reading off of this thing. We're not so Yeah, we are definitely going to be reading off the computer screen because we don't memorize our own stuff, and nor do we have a prompter. I don't know.
I hope no one has a teleprompter. Who's that fancy?
Oh, I don't know. Not us yet. The presidential speech, glass
the
thing
clear.
that you can't even see. Yup. One day, maybe not. So, yeah, so I guess I did just write this randomly while we were having our last production meeting.
But it was good. It was productive because we got a prompt.
Yeah.
Does it have a title, or you want to do the prompt?
Well, because it's the opening of season 2, I called it Cold Opening.
Alright, I liked it. I like it. Alright, so you read your story, stupid. And then I will tell the bit that I pulled from your story to create a writing prompt.
Perfect. So yeah, like I said, this is called Cold Opening, I guess. Alright.
Cold Opening, I guess. I'm putting that in the notes.
Please leave giggles.
I guess. ...
It was a long drive. She never planned to go on this road trip. She could feel the cold creeping in and knew they were headed north. She was losing feeling in her fingers and toes and hadn't seen light in days. The trunk was beginning to smell heavy with the stench of her. That's it.
Very nice. So what I pulled from that story for my writing prompt was she could feel the cold. I think that was like the second line.
Yeah, you've heard mine. I have not heard yours.
The script she was given was professionally crafted by a team of writers. She practiced it dozens of times. In the car on the way to work, in the bathroom mirror to make sure her facial expressions were just right. The words echoed in her mind. She could recite this story in her sleep. Now it's showtime. As she stood facing the crowd, waiting to give her first line, a wave of cold filled her veins. A person approached and spoke their line first. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? She flashed a quick, sad smile, and her eyes began to tear up. I do. So,
damn.
I took it in the direction of her going on trial to tell the truth, quote unquote, and then she was just reading a script.
Was she on trial, or is she like a witness?
She was a witness. Because that's how they swear in witnesses. They say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Well, I know, but could
or
be
actually,
like
she could have been on trial, too.
Yeah,
maybe.
Do you have a backstory for this tiny snippet?
She murdered someone, and she hired a bunch of high-priced lawyers. Of course I do. She murdered someone and had a bunch of high-priced lawyers get together and make up a script and an alibi and
I like it.
A backstory. So she practiced her script, and
you did really
that's
well.
as far as I went.
I'm okay with that, because you did really well with, like, condensing a story down to its basics. But it's also kind of open-ended, too, where it's, like, it could have been she was a witness to something else, or she was the one recounting?
Yeah.
Recounting her own testimony.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Or she could have just been an actress that they hired to be a witness.
Oh, she's on an SVU episode! That may have been loud. I'm sorry.
You're fine. But I just meant, like, in a real trial. But they were like, we have a witness. And then they gave her a script to follow, and she's a fake witness. But anyway. Let's not speculate.
No, I like it. It was its own thing. I feel like mine is hard to speculate on because you're like, yeah,
she's in a trunk.
They're gonna murder her or something.
There's not a lot of
ambiguity to it.
Not a lot of ways about it. Ambiguity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to stay away from hard to say words. But yeah, so that's a little taste of what we're gonna be doing. So we had a writing prompt. I just realized in this one I took the writing prompt from your story, but in the future we're just going to have our own writing prompts.
Yeah.
Well, the same writing prompt, and then create our own stories based off of the same prompt and see what we come up with.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of ideas that are not the same as yours that we've figured out. I think we've got a couple in the books, but feel free, if you have anything that you want us to write about, send it our way, because we'll eventually run out of ideas, maybe.
Maybe. I'm on Reddit a lot, so. But yeah, if you have any personal writing prompts you want to send us, I will be glad to take a look, and we'll do like listener writing prompts or suggestions, like a little suggestion box.
Yeah, and one slight change. What's the tea?
What is the tea? That's going to be instead of positivity.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Positivity is changing to what's the tea, because it's just a little awkward to say. And what's the tea is a little bit funnier than positivity anyway.
Yeah.
But do you have any tea? Like, or is there anything that you've been, like, really thankful for? Is there anything you're looking forward to? Is there, like, some good stuff? What's your good stuff today?
Well, as this is coming out, this is the beginning of the year. So it's going to be a new year. So it's always a good time to, like, start things over, refresh, take stock of your life and your choices. So I've been doing that.
Nice.
Just been exercising more, working out.
Nice.
Yeah. Also because of medical issues, which, yeah, that kind of forces your hand a little, but it was overdue. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on this year, just getting healthy.
I like it.
Christmas fucked that up. But still back on track. I did work out this morning before you got here for like 30 minutes.
Nice. I mean, I was super late as always.
Yeah, I could have went an hour, but that's fine. I wouldn't have. So, anyway, if you have any writing prompts for us, send those. And do you have any? What's your tea? I know I jumped ahead. I'm nervous. They're watching us.
It's okay. I'm nervous too.
They're looking at us.
I was like, hey.
It's like starting all over again.
No, I know
because of the camera. But so what's the tea with you?
So my tea is that I am currently on winter break. It is, because of my job, the biggest break that I get all year.
Yeah. So just as a little backstory, we're not going to like say where you work, but you work at a college, in a school system. So your vacation coincides with college break.
And they shut down the university. So which is really nice because we don't have spring breaks and we go year long. And we have holidays like everybody else. And I get my vacation and then that's wonderful. But the whole university is closed. And I get to...
And you get paid.
I get paid. But yeah, so that's my tea. And I filled out all of my days with like some pretty interesting stuff, except for like one. And I went to the spa and I hung out in saunas all day, which is the best thing ever.
Did you go to the spa by yourself again?
Yeah, it's the best.
I have to work myself up for that, or to that, like going places like that by myself.
Well, if you want to go with a person, I spend all day there though, so you might want to go home early.
Yeah, because I get anxious, and then like I just want to leave.
Is it the people or is it the place itself?
Sometimes it's both. But I got a spa gift card for Christmas, so
nice.
It's like specifically, it's like spas. So I have to look up on their website what spas I can use it at, and have myself a spa day.
I like it. And if you want to go with a person, let me know. If you want to go by yourself, do that too, because self-care is important.
Yeah, but I will go to that spa with you. We went on to spa chat, but whatever. That spa that my coworker told me about near New York that overlooks the water from New Jersey. We're doing that together.
Yeah, we have to.
That's all day.
Summer.
Yes.
Because there's pools on the rooftop.
And there's a hotel attached to the spa.
What?
I think I told you that. So we can make it like an overnight stay.
True. Parking is very minimal because I went to the Japanese store across the street from it. And it's like, that's the parking lot.
Yeah, I think there's a shuttle or something. But if we get there early enough, we can just park.
We will get there. We're pretty early people. I mean, when we do this, it's like normal lateness. But... we're about half an hour usually off from work. Yeah. But we both are, so it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Except today it was like an hour, but it's fine. My bad, I'm sorry.
Like a couple of days in and out. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so that was a little taste of...
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
We made it. Our birthday's coming up for Tiny Morbid Fantasies.
March,
by the way. Not but yeah, Tiny Morbid Fantasies' birthday is coming up in March, so we should probably do something special for that too.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a cake. I don't know.
I thought carrot cake for some reason, because I'm like, you know what, it's going to be spring.
Oh, I thought you were thinking like healthy carrots, cake.
Also that too. And then I was like, it's not healthy, it's maybe cream cheese frosting.
Yeah, and sugar.
Yeah.
It's still a cake.
Yes. Also, it's very weird because the camera has now become a third person in the room that I have to address. Hey everyone.
Alright, so just welcome to whatever this experiment is, and hope you enjoy it.
That's off script!
Alright, Not all of it is scripted.
That's fair.
Alright, so if you like this story and you want to hear more, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Tinymorbid or on Instagram and Reddit at Tinymorbidfantasies.
That's it.
I almost said .com. And
we don't have
Jesus
a .com.
Christ. At Tinymorbidfantasies. It'll be on the screen, probably. Maybe. Depends on my editing skills.
Yet.
Nope. Yeah, we'll see.
TBD. So to be featured in upcoming episodes, send your stories to tinymorbidfantasies@gmail.com.
Or your writing prompts.
True. Or I didn't want to take it away from you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. And if you have any questions or comments, you can send those too.
Till the new year, which it will be when this airs.
Keep it spooky.
Like waking up in a cold sweat and not knowing where you are.
My favorite.